Hey, hello everyone, this is Sergei from Ushanka Show again. I decided to share another story with you about my Soviet era childhood. Just recalled recently that episode and I think it's pretty interesting and funny. Kind of shows how much I believed the printed word, right? So, growing up in Kiev, capital of Ukraine, my both parents came from the villages. They're busy with their lives, so we never had like conversations about what's really going on in the country. And in fact, at least my mom, she was. You probably can build socialism with people like my mother, because even in 1990, oh, that was 1991 even. She told me when I suggested about withdrawing money from the savings account, all their lifetime savings was like 6,000 rubles, because I became concerned about what's going on in the country. And she replied, I made a video about it already, that государство нас не обманет, right? The state, the government won't cheat on us, right? And yeah, that's how they lost all their lifetime savings. But this is a story about 1981, so I was in the third grade, so I was about 10. And it's kind of interesting. So most people never had a typing machine at home. So typing machines were mostly for businesses. It was only twice in my life I knew someone who had a typing machine at home. So later, there was when I was already probably in high school. My friend's girlfriend, her parents were like intelligentsia, and they had typing machine at home. And this guy, so that's the story. So I didn't know that Dad had a typing machine at home. And one time he brought to school a piece of paper, typed piece of paper. And he's like, hey, check it out. I found it on the street. This is a wanted poster. So it's like разыскивается in Russian. So he gave me this piece of paper and it's typed on a typing machine. And I started reading. And I was so confused because it's typed, so it should be truth. It's just this logic. Of course, I was 10-year-old. But description was so ridiculous. So I had this almost like tripping in my head, like breakers were tripping, because I'm reading in a description saying, we're searching for this criminal, and this is his description, and the first word saying he has a square head, голова квадратная. And I'm like reading, it's like, that makes no sense. Like, how that possible? They had to be square, but it's printed, so probably it's the truth. So that was the first time when I actually like kind of tells you that, we had so much propaganda going on. And even I was subscribing with my parents, of course, help for the little newspaper called Pionierskaya Pravda, Pioneer Truth. So whatever was in that newspaper, of course, I was believing it 100%, and that was the case. So I was just struggling to understand how come this piece of paper, which makes no sense but still should be truth because it's typed, right? It's printed, it's typed, until the guy kind of laughed and he's like, hey, I just was having fun with my father's typing machine last night and I typed that. And I was like, oh my God, that explains. Because it was really like this strange experience when like your eyes, see it, but your brain refused to believe it. But your brain tells you it actually should be truth because it's typed text. So that was pretty wild to see that. And I probably will make a video about typing machines in the Soviet Union. That was like I found out my wife, she grew up in the United States. She told me in high school they had a typing classes. We didn't have anything like that. It's only if you planning to work as a secretary. I guess there was some, you can go to like trade school or some kind of classes to learn how to type. But otherwise, we never had any classes for typing. All this, how fast and everything was not required. I mean, we had the labor lessons where boys learn how to make parts or fix stuff, and girls learn how to iron clothes and cook. But we didn't have typing classes. So anyway, that's kind of a short video. Just this recollection came to me today, and I was like, I need to share with you before I forget, because this is 1981, a long time ago. But yeah, it stuck in my mind because there was so much shock to read something that made no sense, but it should be truth because it's typed. So that was funny. Anyway, if you like the short story, don't forget to like it. Thank you so much for watching Ushanka Show. Thank you so much for all my Patreons. And we'll talk to you soon. До побачення. Goodbye.